Hello, friends. Hmm. Wow. Hello, Purity Portal. I keep saying Purity Portal. Pregnancy Portal, day 3, coming to share with all of my beloveds, all of my brothers and sisters across the globe who are ready to plug in and channel the new world energies. Hello, Summer. Thank you. You are a blessing to my life. Thank you, sister. Hello, everyone. And I am super happy to be here today. I am showing up with some different energy than I did yesterday. As most of you know, a pregnant woman has hormones of all sorts coursing through her body. And today, with the cloudy skies and the busy mind, I'm feeling a little heavy. But it's okay, because for the last hour I've been singing, and even just doing a few nostril breaths with you right now, I'm already feeling more grounded. And I'm super excited to be here. So it's important that I have the energy to show up, regardless of what energy I show up in. It'll always be authentic. And I'll always share from the space of doing my best. You know what I mean? So today I am excited to talk to you about singing to your baby. And for me, singing to my baby has been one of the biggest joys. Singing to my baby, it immediately raises my frequencies. You know, carrying a child is not an easy task, especially for the first time. And maybe some would say it's the easiest time, I don't know. But it's been quite a challenge to grow a baby inside of my womb and to carry it around for 34 weeks now. It's been very intense, and I've had to develop some practices and some ways of being that help me ground and help me call in the channel of light from above and below. Hi, John. Sending love to you, brother. Miss you. Miss Costa Rica. And so anyways, singing to the baby has really transformed, one, my relationship to myself, and transformed my relationship to the child. And I truly feel that Lyra will come out probably singing, and she will definitely be very familiar with my voice. And beyond that, she will be familiar with the essence of sound and song. And so before we get started, I want to share with you a Ho'oponopono song that is extremely simple, and the effects of it are very vast. Ho'oponopono comes from Hawaii. It's an ancient prayer used by the people of Hawaii to clear energies and to call in the energies of forgiveness. And it's 4 lines long. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And this song is really something that I can sing at any time to transmute any energies that I'm feeling. And so I wanted to share this song with you guys today. I'm sorry. Please forgive me how I love you, and I thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me how I love you, and I thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me how I love you, and I thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I still love you, and I thank you. Many blessings, Great Spirit. Lifting up our song to you today, that it may transmute any energies, that it may transform all stagnation in my body and raise the frequencies of my body into love and light and harmony. Thank you for the courage that it takes to share. Thank you for my ability to show up and be strong and be still, to be one with you, Great Spirit. Setting the intention that I will channel what needs to be channeled on this video today, and that your love and light will come through in all ways. Many blessings. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you to all the brothers and sisters who come and support and like and comment. I'm sending my joy and my light to you. I'm here because I am a collective healer, and I believe that I am birthing a new world, that my child stands for 1,000 years of peace, and this peace is something that I choose to radiate for the rest of my life. And regardless of whether that mission changes from this to that, it'll always be the same frequency, and that is unity consciousness. And so today I come bringing my song, bringing my vibrations, and I want to inspire my brothers and my sisters to sing to your unborn child. I have been singing now with Miguel for 1.5 years. And not only has it transmuted the cellular memory in my own body and my own relationship to singing, but it's also transmuting the energy of my child. I mean, these are the frequencies, the Ho'oponopono, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. These are the frequencies that I'm deliberately, consciously planting into Lyra's DNA, into the structure of her being. You know, these first 9 months, she's moving right now. These first 9 months are so important. You know, everything that is coming into my field right now is basically food, energetic food for the baby. And so if I am angry all of the time or upset, or I have a job that I hate, or a partner that's not supportive, or many of the true stories that are happening for a lot of women on the planet right now who are not in alignment with their highest expression, will not be in alignment with the child's highest expression. And song is a way for you to really transmute the energies that you're feeling in this moment, regardless of your external situation. And so the Ho'oponopono prayer, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, is one of the most simplest things that any being can really do to transform their energy and relationship to their external world, and to really, you know, merge the left and right hemispheres of the brain. I mean, song and sound, it really is our most powerful medicine that we can use as humans and as beings, and it's ancient. And so I am excited to share my song and to share sound with you, and to inspire you to sing this beautiful hymn and this beautiful prayer. Many blessings to everyone who's jumped on 1111. Many blessings to this beautiful amethyst that we got at the Harmony Expo recently. Oh, it's just spectacular. One of the things that we talked about yesterday in energetic awareness, one of the things I would like to point out now is that your surroundings are extremely important when you're pregnant. And not only do you have total influence over that or control over that, you have to really deliberately choose to create your reality. For 9 months, you are choosing to be a vessel for a being who is being imprinted upon every single day at every single moment. And if you're doing it consciously, this can be a beautiful and amazing walk. If you're not doing this consciously, your child can, well, first of all, you can run into pregnancy problems. You can run into traumatic birth. You can experience defects in the baby's body. You know, singing to the child, especially in the beginning, when it's forming its nervous system and its endocrine system and its spine is growing and developing and it's literally the size of a chia seed, singing to it at this time is so impressionable. I personally, I sang a lot. I've sung a lot during my entire pregnancy, but at the beginning, it was either singing or throwing up, you know, so there was a lot of space holding in both regards. But when the baby is this small, it is so influenced by your energies and your frequencies. And it's really up to us to take that responsibility and sing to the child, to contribute to the child in a way that's going to enhance its journey. We read a book early pregnancy called Why Love Matters, and very scientific book, which I'm really more the intuitive emotional type, but it was good to know that, you know, your love and what you're contributing to the baby matters at such a young time, and it's in the womb during this growth and development that it's most important. And of course it's important when the baby is born, but this is when all of the bricks or the foundation of its life is being set. You know, you have children who grow up with depression and schizophrenia and just like this huge wide array and degree. Give thanks. Giving you a big kiss, Maria, and to my man who's at work. I love you guys. So this book, Why Love Matters, it really laid the foundation for me to understand why it's so important to really cultivate this womb space and to cultivate this time when the child is growing inside, because it is receiving everything. And what I was going to say is that children who grow up and have issues, it can be traced back, scientifically proven, traced back to the womb of the mother having troubles. When Miguel and I were first conceived, we had an integration period where I experienced this womb trauma. And I had this vision and this experience where I was in the womb. And my mother was experiencing financial troubles, financial difficulties. It makes me cry to think about it because it was so emotional for me inside. And I had this vision, and I couldn't even believe that I could be, as an adult, taken back to a memory of being inside of the womb, right? That's unbelievable in itself. But the fact that I could feel her, I could feel her energy. I could feel that she was scared. I could feel all of the energy coming through me as if it was mine. It imprinted me. And to this day, I have my own issues with finances and being abundant and being worthy, you know. But at that time, it was really a big deal for her to be experiencing, you know, this pain of not knowing if she was going to be able to support twins. And I called my mom up the next day, and she said, Tiffany, sometimes you freak me out. You know, like, I totally did have that experience. She's like, I remember that day when I was really afraid and I didn't know what was going to happen, and I was panicking, you know. So these womb memories, they stay with us, they stick with us, and they imprint us. Now, whether that means that I'm gonna develop a disorder later in life, or whether I'm just gonna have emotional issues, the range is vast, but it's extremely important for us to be consciously aware of the way we are imprinting ourselves energetically, and the way that we are imprinting a pregnant woman energetically and physically. Hi, James. Gosh, I really wish I knew who was on. You know, it says 3 people are on. Does that mean the last 3 people, or I'm really not sure. Give thanks. And so with that being said, I've been practicing and playing with my voice the entire pregnancy. And really, you know, before I got pregnant, hey, Daniel, thank you for popping in, sister. Before I got pregnant, I was working with my voice, and it really seems like this child is an extension of me. I am really literally birthing my higher self, you know. And I was thinking last night, like, wow, how many women on the planet are saying that? How many women on the planet are thinking that they're giving birth to their highest expression? Probably not very many. And it's inspiring for me. My drum is echoing. It's inspiring for me because I feel like I'm sent to the planet, and that I'm extraordinary. You know, I'm not like everyone else, and it really is my duty and my excitement and joy in this lifetime to support brothers and sisters on their path. And to think that women are giving birth and they're not having this experience, it blows my mind, because it was such an extension of my unfolding as a spiritual being. I mean, I got pregnant and I have not stopped evolving since. You know, ego death after ego death after ego death. I mean, really, so many parts of me have died away in 8 months. So many parts of me that I wouldn't have let go if I wasn't pregnant, including the way that I treat my partner. You know, when you become energetically aware of the impressions that you are imprinting the baby with, you become aware of judgments and things that are constantly popping up that probably aren't in alignment with this pure soul. And for me, my experience was that my relationship to men, my relationship to the masculine, was not in alignment with what I wanted the baby to feel. Right? So I was having these experiences of being angry all the time. Nothing Miguel did was right. And it wasn't because what he was doing was wrong. It was because of my judgment. My conditioned response to everything he did was with anger and judgment. And there came a point where it was like, wow, what is this? And a really dear sister of mine, Brianna, she was talking about the shadow feminine. You know, we talk so much about the shadow masculine, and it's so easy to point that out. One, because I feel women are much more verbal and much more external than men. Men are prone to being internal processors, and so the trauma that they experience for women is more suppressed. and less expressed than the trauma that we are feeling. And not only that, but the divine feminine is on the rise, and so we're standing and we're being the warriors that we know we are. We're demanding to be treated differently. But this reflection and my experience with Miguel was like, oh my God, like I am the shadow right now. And it was such a revelation for me, because I had never considered my shadow femininity, the shadow aspects of my divine feminine that's always shining so bright. No, it's not always shining so bright. And there are a lot of seeds that have been planted over the years from the lineage of women that I come from, and traumas that I've experienced, that make me feel angry towards the masculine energy in my life, including the masculine expression in myself that I suppress. But it's now this mirror, this divine man who is so good to me. I'm treating him like shit. And I was like, whoa, what is that? And these are not the seeds that I want to plant into this beautiful man and into this beautiful baby. Like, I got to get this together. Like, what is this? And you wouldn't believe, at the same time, all my sisters talking about, well, not all of them, but quite a few people talking about this shadow femininity aspect. And, you know, if the baby is a girl, these are not the things I want to pass on. And so really, the first 9 months of pregnancy, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be flowers and songs. It has to be conscious, has to be awakened, has to be much choice happening every single day of, okay, I'm choosing this because of this and that. And for me in that time, it was like, wow, I really have to work on these thoughts, on these programs, these reels that continue running that aren't even mine. And what I realized is that my shadow femininity came from my mother. And I love you, Mom, but this is how it happens. If you're wondering what your shadow sides are, it's your relationship to your mother, and your mother's relationship to her own femininity, and your mother's relationship to the masculine. And that's where you can start. And so that's where I started. I was like, okay, what do I see in my parents' relationship that isn't working, and how is my mother contributing to that? And how have I taken on those impressions and am now circulating them into my own relationship with my partner, who does nothing but appreciate and support and uplift me? And so really, this was one of the biggest mirrors that I've had in this pregnancy, is seeing the shadow parts of my personality and how I do not want to pass them on to my sweet child. And I also want to say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. And I want to ask for forgiveness. I want to ask for forgiveness from the divine masculine, and not the shadow masculine. I'm not talking to the shadows. I'm talking to all the brothers out there who are confused, who are hurt, who are just don't even know what to do with a woman anymore, because they feel like they're out of control, because we are out of control at times. The shadow feminine, it walks all over the masculine, and it makes the masculine feel like the size of a pea. And I want to say that I'm sorry from all of my sisters, that this isn't what we intended, and this expression is not the divine aspects of ourselves, and a lot of it is unconscious. We don't know, and you don't know until you know. Just like my brothers who have a strong shadow masculine side, you may not even realize that you have a strong shadow until you're reflected in a sister who's real with you. And I want to say thank you to those divine masculine brothers who are standing up, and the sisters who are choosing to reflect this truth and say, hey, sister, get your shit together. Like, you're actually walking all over your man, and that's abusive. That's the shadow feminine expressing itself. So I want to say thank you to the brothers for holding space for us in our evolution, because we don't know. And this isn't something that's being taught in schools. This is something that's being taught by me and other sisters who have realized and seen their own shadows. Sending love to whoever is sending me all these hearts. Thank you. I'm feeling super tender and vulnerable, as I usually am when I start talking, because this is the only side of me that I can share, is my path and how sacred and amazing and wild and turbulent that has been. I'm often brought to tears, pregnant or not. And I really feel, I'm feeling you guys. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling my man. You know, I'm feeling like, wow, my man has come to me 4 times with the conversation of, I can't do this anymore. I can't deal with your shadow feminine. Please, either change it or we have to shift something. And when your divine love comes to you and says that, it is a reality check. It is a giant slap in the face. And really, it's perfect timing because we're in the infancy of our relationship, in the infancy of bringing a child into this world. And this is the foundation that we're laying. And it's not, we don't have to show up perfect in relationship. But we do have to show up open and willing to see our own shadows and to see our own scars and the things that we want to work on. And when you're implanting all of those things into a child, you become a little more aware of it. I become a little more aware of all of the thoughts I have that are just mean, that are just like, where did that come from? Why am I so angry right now? It's just like, there's no injustice has been done. They're irrational. And a lot of the shadow femininity is irrational. And so I want to invite my sisters, and this isn't an attack on anyone, you know, this is just a reflection in what I'm experiencing in this pregnancy and the mirrors that have come to me. I want to apologize to all my past partners who were beautiful and amazing and how I couldn't stand them because I wasn't in alignment with my own divine femininity. It wasn't them, it was me the whole time. And it's amazing when you can look back at your past and say, wow, look at those stories that I created to support my my shadow femininity. I created stories to support my shadows. And when you realize that, you can say, okay, that was a mistruth that I created. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. Because there's really nothing we can do to change those stories in the past. They're in the past. The wounds that they have created on other people are done. And the only thing that we can choose to do is go back and energetically shift and change them now. So the most beautiful celebratory part about all of this is that I am a master creator and that all of these beings in my life are a reflection of me. At the end of the day, this beautiful man that I've chosen to marry and have a child with is a reflection of my own internal relationship to the masculine. And how exciting is that? My relationship to the masculine is externally manifested into a man who treats me well, who takes care of me, who loves me beyond any love I've ever experienced, who mirrors me in the ways that I couldn't never even be mirrored if I actually looked into a mirror. He is the most amazing manifestation I could have ever created. And that is my responsibility. It is your responsibility to manifest the version of reality that you want. If you're in a partnership that you're not happy with, that's your fault. It's all your fault. It's all your responsibility. We are powerful creators, powerful manifestors, and it is our job to shift and move and change energetically, physically, emotionally when things aren't right. And for me, these reflections throughout the pregnancy have showed that things weren't right within my own mind, within my own programming, within the things that I said yes to. One of my favorite kind of analogies is that my higher self wasn't present at the time when these energies were cultivated. And when I think about it like that, oh, the person I am today is not the person I was then, so how could I have been any different at that time? And this allows me forgiveness. Forgiveness over the shadow aspects of myself that it was expressing itself not only from me, but for the lineage of women that I come from the women that I've learned it from the programs that our culture teaches us. We are transmuting these things. And it is our responsibility to transmute, to own it, to take responsibility for it, and to transmute it. Pregnant or not, Having a child is just a mirror. You don't need a child to be mirrored. You need someone like me mirroring you. Someone like your man coming to you and saying, I can't do this anymore. You're not treating me well. Someone like your mom treating your father badly, and you're like, whoa, I do the same thing. So all we're looking for here is mirrors and opportunities to go back in time and say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I didn't mean it. I didn't know any better. My childlike consciousness, that was just a reaction. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And then just like the one eye out, one eye in practice that we talked about yesterday, we turn that forgiveness into ourselves. And we say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I didn't know. I'm not going to be upset at myself for treating you badly. I'm going to change. I'm not going to be upset at my mother or her mother's mother for implanting things they didn't know. They still, to this day, may not know. But I take energetic responsibility for the entire lineage of women that I come from and all things that choose to transmute themselves at this time. Thank you, Great Spirit, for the ability to see beyond my eyes, beyond my stories, beyond this experience. Thank you, Great Spirit, for the ability to channel my highest expression, my higher self, my higher coach, the one that's always talking to me if I choose to open up and listen. And so today, I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about song and the power of song, and really it's all about energy. It's all about energy and how we're choosing to interact with our external world and our internal world, and it's all connected. The last thing that I want to share with you guys is a practice that I like to do while I sing. And it kind of goes like this. It's not really a practice, it's more of a flow. So your arms and your hands are connected to your mouth. Okay, your hands, the movement of your arms, your hands. And when I sing, I like to move my hands. One, because it takes the pressure off of trying to sound good, because nobody cares about sounding good. I mean, everybody cares about sounding good, but you don't have to care. And so it might go like this. I'm sorry. Please, oh, hold on. I also wanted to say I do infinities. So infinities are kind of like nostril breathing, energetic nostril breathing. Infinity is this line of energy, of golden energy for me, came from the archangels that I work with. And this helps me harmonize all systems in my body. Pregnant or not pregnant, there are plenty of inflammation. There's plenty of inflammation in the body, physical, emotional, and this can really harmonize the systems of the body. And so I like to play with my arms in all ways. But when I sing, especially I'm sorry, Ho'oponopono, this infinity, I'm sorry, please forgive me, how I love you, and I thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, how I love you, and I thank you. Blessings, brothers and sisters, sending my heart song to you in whatever way it chooses to show up. I love you, and I hope you're well. I hope this message reaches you far beyond your physical state and stretches back into the lineage of beings that you come from. We are all in this together. Unity consciousness is about unifying, seeing the truth, that we are all one. There is no right, wrong, good, and bad. You didn't do anything wrong. You just didn't know. And it's time for us to show up and take responsibility for the shit that we come from and to not create it any longer. I will be the end of many, many, many traumatic experiences in the lineage of family that I come from. I will be the end of it all because I choose to be the end of it. And you can too. I love you. Thank you for witnessing me. I cannot do my job on this planet without you. I cannot fulfill my calling. I cannot create the reality that I want to create without all of the mirrors around me at this time. Thank you for helping me grow. Thank you for helping me evolve into my highest expression. I love you beyond. I wonder who's on. 2 people. You know, I don't do these videos to get, 1,000 likes or 70 people on at a time. I do these videos because my higher self is calling for me to share my experience and to be witnessed by those who might also want to choose the same path. I love you unbelievably. I love you unbelievably beyond. I love you unbelievably beyond me. I love you beyond. Blessings, brothers and sisters. Thank you for joining. I love you unbelievably. I love you unbelievably beyond. I love you unbelievably beyond me. I love you beyond. Thank you for witnessing me. I love you guys. Thank you. Blessings to all the mamas to be in the world. Blessings to all the mothers who have gone through it. This rite of passage, this sacred rite of passage, and blessings for all the mothers to be in the world. I hope this video inspires you, and I hope that my heart song reaches out into the ethers, and that my guides and my angels are all very proud of the work that we're doing together, that we're unifying, that we're coming together to do.